One. Good evening, and I'm going to call the meeting of the Sunrise School Board special board meeting. Obviously tonight, July the 13th. Welcome to the meeting. We are going to have O Canada, and I think that is from Ecole Dugald School. Please stand if you are able to do so. Thank you to Ecole Dugald School, much appreciated. 1.3 of our agenda is our treaty acknowledgement, and Trustee Pachikowski will go ahead and do that for us. Trustee Pachikowski.
Hello there, my mic was muted and unmuted. All right, so we acknowledge the traditional land upon which Sunrise School Division resides as Treaty 1 territory. We honor our partnership with Canada's original peoples and respect the gifts of Indigenous history, culture, and language. We commit to moving forward in partnership with our communities in a spirit of collaboration and reconciliation.
Thank you, Trustee Pachikowski. I'll get to the point. We have an adoption of the agenda, so I need someone to move the adoption of our agenda. Moved by
Harris.
Trustee Harris, seconded by
I'll second it.
Trustee Nicol. Thank you. We are going to vote by hand, so I'll go around. To make sure that we go ahead and do this. Trustee Pachikowski, how do you say?
Yes.
Adopting the agenda. Trustee Harris.
Yes.
Trustee Reed.
Yes.
Trustee Inslee.
Yep.
Trustee Barry.
Yes.
Trustee Rowland.
Yes.
Trustee Nicol.
Yes.
And Trustee Manga is a yes. For the record, please show that Trustee Duma was not able to be here tonight, and so she will not be going ahead and voting, so we have 8 in favor. Thank you for doing that. Again, 3.0 is our chair's comments. We are looking at ratifying our non-union contracts, and that is the reason for the special meeting. So please go to board business 4.0. Of course, if anybody has any questions on the agenda, it talks about sending it to scarlton@sunrisesd.ca, and please the name and address of our sender must be included. Board business. Our first motion, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees appoint Don Nicol as chair of the negotiating committee for QP 4456 and 1618. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by
Pachikowski.
Trustee Pachikowski, seconded by
Reed.
Trustee Reed. Trustee Pachikowski, how do you say?
Yes.
Trustee Harris.
Yes.
Trustee Reed.
Yes.
You guys
Trustee
are going
Inslee.
too fast for me, sorry.
Yes.
Trustee Barry.
Yes.
Trustee Rowland.
Yes.
Trustee Nicol.
Yes.
And Trustee Manga is yes, so that's 8-0.
Trustee Mr. Chairman, if I can just get your attention. So our secretary I think she wanted us to go a bit slower there so she could catch us. So just a heads up on that.
So Jen, you can tell me to slow down. That's fine. Are we good, Jen?
No. So it was trustee Pachakowski who moved it and who seconded it?
I think it was trustee Reed.
Trustee Reed.
Trustee Reed, correct, yeah.
Are we good to go, Jen? Okay, so I'm going to go to 4.1, and we have a motion, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees, 4.2, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees accept the proposal from QP Local 4456 as presented and recommended by the Board of Trustees. I need a mover and a seconder.
I'll move it. Trustee Barry.
Moved by trustee Barry, seconded by
Trustee Reed.
trustee Reed. Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Trustee Pachakowski,
Yes.
trustee Harris,
Yes.
trustee Reed,
Yes.
trustee Inslee,
Yep.
trustee Barry,
Yes.
trustee Rowland,
Yes.
trustee Nickel,
Yes.
and trustee Magna is a yes, so it passes at 8.0. Thank you very much. 4.3 reads QP Union 1618. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees accept a proposal from QP Local 1618-01 and 1618-02 as presented and recommended by the Board of Trustees. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by. Moved by somebody.
Pachkowski.
Trustee Pachakowski, seconded by
I'll second it, Trustee Barry.
trustee Barry. Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Trustee Pachakowski,
Yes.
trustee Harris,
Yes.
trustee Reed,
Yes.
trustee Inslee,
Yep.
trustee Barry,
Yes.
trustee Rowland,
Yes.
trustee Nickel,
Yes.
trustee Magna is a yes. It passes at 8.0. Thank you. Where am I? So 4.4, 5097. Just to be clear, trustee Harris, are we, did you want anything said before this?
I have a spouse who's involved in this union. I will be abstaining from the vote.
Thank you. So please be it resolved that the Board of Trustees accept the proposal from QP Local 5097 as presented and recommended by the negotiating committee. We need a mover and a seconder. Moved by
I'll move it.
trustee Nickel, seconded by
Pachkowski.
Reed.
trustee Pachakowski. Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, we'll vote. Trustee Pachakowski,
Yes.
trustee Reed,
Yes.
trustee Inslee,
Yep.
trustee Barry,
Yep.
trustee Rowland,
Yes.
trustee Nickel,
Yes.
and trustee Magna is a yes. So for the records, please show that it's a 7 vote for yes, 1 abstention, as we have 8 people. Thank you. And our non-union staff, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees settle Sunrise non-union contracts, excluding senior administration, at a rate no higher than the contracts awarded to Sunrise union groups. I need a mover and a seconder, please. Moved by
I'll move that.
trustee Nickel,
Trustee
seconded by
Harris.
Reed.
trustee Harris. Thank you. Any discussion?
Trustee Pachkowski has I'd like to make an amendment to that motion.
Go ahead.
I think with the wording considered, I would like the motion to read, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees direct senior administration to negotiate non-union contracts with final approval from the Board of Trustees with a competitive market comparison.
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees direct senior administration to negotiate Sunrise non-union contracts, excluding senior administration, with final approval for the board.
Chair, what was the last piece with
Yeah, and a competitive market comparison. And then you can leave that last piece in there too, that you had already. At a rate no higher than the contracts awarded to Sunrise Union Groups.
Okay.
We need a seconder for this amendment.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion on the amendment?
Yes.
Go ahead, Don.
Plus, while we do that, that means we have to have another meeting because it's subject to our approval. So the non-union won't get theirs until maybe September. The other thing, I'm not quite sure we have why are we doing all the work with the comparative market? So we compare it and we find out we can't make any higher than what we've already settled for. So I'm not quite sure where we're doing all that work. We can't do any higher anyway. So if we find the market is $3,000 higher, well, we can't give that money anyway. So I think we just a waste of time. I like the way it was. I'm going to vote against this amendment.
Anyone else?
Can I just clarify what I think that's a great point, Don. It's unfortunate that I think you're right that we would need another meeting. I do think that, but I do think it's important, based off discussion, I do think it's important that although you're right that we can only make up to a certain increase, I think it's fair and important to note that all of our unionized groups have salary schedules attached to their positions, and without salary schedules, to my knowledge, I think it's important that we're not providing increases to folks who are already in a competitive salary range compared to other, whether it be school divisions or other folks in similar positions elsewhere. So I just want to be cautious in regards to how those are negotiated and retrospect. So I guess I agree with what you're saying, but I do want it to be comparable to to salary schedules and comparable positions elsewhere, I guess.
Thanks, Jared. Anyone else?
I have a comment, Paul.
Go ahead, Russ.
I guess the only thing that concerns me, I agree with Don. I'm wondering, like, what do we do if we do check comparisons with the other and we find that we're above? We're not going to give them a lesser amount, are we? So I think we're opening up something that we don't really need to open.
Thanks, Russ. Anyone else?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Trustee Barry, go ahead.
Yeah, I like the idea of finding out additional information, see how it's comparison in the marketplace. I understand Trustee Nichols' point, but I think having additional information is an asset, and also if we have to have another meeting in August, we're going to have one anyway, so I'm okay with that.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, so we're now going to vote on the amendment only. Okay, so we're voting on the amendment. So I'm going to go round table and go ahead and vote on the amendment. Jared, on the amendment?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
No.
Trustee Reed?
No.
Trustee Inslee?
Yeah.
Trustee Barry,
Yes.
Trustee Rowland,
Yes.
Trustee Nickel,
No.
and Trustee Magna is a no. So it's 4-4, so the amendment doesn't pass. So we now need to vote on the original motion. The original motion, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees settle Sunrise non-union contracts excluding senior emission at a rate no higher than the contracts awarded to Sunrise union groups. Okay. Any discussion on that? Okay. Trustee Paczewski,
No.
Trustee Harris,
Yes.
Trustee Reed,
Yes.
Trustee Inslee,
No.
Trustee Barry,
No.
Trustee Rowland,
No.
Trustee Nickel,
Yes.
and Trustee Magna is a yes. So the motion does not, it's a tied motion. So we are going to have another meeting to discuss this, or we continue on with where we are. Suggestions from anyone?
Well, since we did this motion, the motion was failed, that means we can't make another motion very similar to this. And we can't make it, and we can't make the motion, we can't make that amendment motion either unless we have a notice of motion ahead of time. So I'm suggesting that, what I'm going to suggest, I'm giving a notice of motion that at the next meeting that I will talk about the non-union staff increases.
Okay. So that means that that I will have to call another special meeting for us to deal with the non-union staff increases. Any questions on that? So I'm going to suggest then that we are Tuesday, July 13th. I would like to get this settled as quickly as possible. So I'm suggesting that we meet as soon as possible. Does anybody have any difficulty with us meeting then? I'm suggesting that we meet next week, July 20th, Tuesday.
I'm okay with that.
Any difficulties with that in a special meeting to meet next Tuesday to discuss this non-union staff contracts? Okay. Why I want to get this suggested and do this right away, and it's not that I want to have anybody else have any extra meetings, but I do believe that we owe this to our non-union people to get this settled as soon as possible. So I'm going to suggest that we have a meeting next Tuesday, July the 20th. If it changes, we'll go from there. But we'll have one at an in-camera meeting at 6 o'clock, and we'll have a special meeting at 7 o'clock to discuss our non-union contracts. Is there anything else, Scott, that or are there any questions from the public, Scott?
I have no questions from the public.
Does anybody want to add any Anybody want to add any comments?
Were we going to go back in camera?
Why do we have to go back in camera when we have another meeting?
It was just a question.
Do we feel that we need to go back in camera as the group?
No, meet next Tuesday.
Okay, let's meet next Tuesday and we'll go from there. So thank you for the work that was done tonight for the group. We appreciate it. Real happy certainly about with what we've done, and we'll move forward next Tuesday. So thanks very much, everyone. Thanks, Kathy, for joining us on holidays, and hopefully the lake is good. And Kathy and Jackie and Scott and Jennifer, thanks everyone, and thanks to our trustees. We shall see you next Tuesday. We're adjourned. Oh, I need a motion to adjourn. I'm sorry.
Motion to adjourn, Trustee Barry.
Thank you, Trustee Barry. Enjoy your evening, everyone.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Aye.